orders were issued by the General Command of the Armed Forces. Attack. Hour 0, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 220 Egyptian fighter jets roar across the skies, crossing the Suez Canal towards Sinai. At 2:05 p.m., the airstrike hits hard, smashing Israeli targets on the eastern bank of the canal. At 2:12 p.m., Egyptian artillery unleashes a storm of fire. Along the entire canal front, enemy fortifications are bombarded with more than 10,500 shells. The thunder of the guns continues for 53 minutes straight. At 2:20 p.m., under the cover of this relentless barrage, Egyptian soldiers carry their rubber boats. The first wave of infantry, 8,000 commandos and riflemen, begin crossing the canal. 1:10. By 3:30 p.m., less than 90 minutes later, 14,000 Egyptian fighters are already on the eastern bank. They secure 5 bridgeheads. Then came the historic announcement from the General Command. Our forces have successfully crossed the Suez Canal at several sectors, seizing the enemy's strong points. Applause. At 5 p.m., just 3 hours into the war, 45 Egyptian infantry battalions have crossed the canal, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. 2:16. The fortifications of the so-called Bar-Lev line do not hold. More than 30,000 Egyptian soldiers storm forward, delivering a brand new lesson in the art of war. Armed with portable Sagar missiles, the Egyptian fighter shows the world how a single weapon can destroy an enemy tank completely. By 6 p.m., after the first infantry waves, 35 battalions of military engineers move in, opening breaches in the massive sand wall to prepare the way for tanks and armoured vehicles. At 10:30 p.m., 7 bridges are completed across the canal. Tanks and heavy weapons pour eastward, along with 31 ferries, 0317. With the sunrise of October 7th, the Egyptian command now has 5 full infantry divisions, fully equipped, plus 1,000 tanks on the eastern bank. Then begins the largest tank battle in military history. The Israeli counterattack collapses. Entire armoured crews are captured, including the commander Lieutenant Colonel Asaf Yagouri. Israel is left paralysed. By the 4th day, Egyptian air defences have shot down 48 Israeli aircraft, nearly 1/8 of their entire air force. The myth of the Bar-Lev line, a fortress compared to medieval castles, is shattered into nothing. 4:23. By the end of the first week, joy floods the streets of Egypt. The Egyptian people have risen through the valour of their heroes, breaking the enemy's line across the canal in Sinai. This day is forever carved into the memory of the nation. Banners raised high, heads held higher. But we must never forget, the mission was not yet complete. Forward, always forward.